Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Resonant Rise. I'm your host, Kieran Dave, creator of the Resonant Rise mod pack and one of the maintainers. And, I know I took a little bit of a break last week. Right before I was coming up on winter break, I was getting ready to do a bunch of stuff, and I also did play a little bit of Minecraft in the interim. I'm sorry about not having an episode, but I had some things I had to get done. Now, let me show you what I got done for fun. What am I looking at here? That's a mushroom forest biome down there. What is all this? What is all this? Well, let me show you what all this is. I was curious about moving my base because I was having frame rate problems, which you may notice don't seem to be there anymore. I'll get to that in a second. But I built this skybase. Woo! Skybase. Looks pretty cool from the bottom. It looks okay from the top, right? I mean, it's not like anything fancy. It's not like Bevo level fancy, but I mean, it's pretty fancy for me. That said, you know, I'm not sure that I'm feeling it. I went to all this trouble, made all these blocks, spent these resources, spent this time, asked people to help me with some aspects of the build, and really the only thing I like about it is the submerged part over here, right? I'm just too freaking dwarfy. I'm just not feeling it. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too picky. Maybe I'll come back here. So tell you what, folks, if you want to see me move up to this base, and I would extend it down, and I would extend it up, obviously, and out. If you want to see me move out to this base, the Technicolor Dream base, the Scientific Pod base, let me know in the comments. If I get enough people saying, let's say if I get 25 people in comments to say, Dave, move your base, I will move my base. I will move it. I will not complain. I will just do it. But before I do go back to the old base and we can get started on the many things I want to get done, I just did want to show you one thing. These are Enhanced Portals 3 portals. They're really cool. But one thing I noticed, and you may notice here, is that you can actually stick the dialing devices, the portal frames, way out. Like, look at this one here for the bottom network. It sticks way out and up, right? And that's pretty cool, I think. You can actually make really complicated shapes, and they don't necessarily have to be just a frame. I think that's amazing, actually. When you think about it, that's pretty cool. Let me pop home here. As you can see, just kind of drop through. Sploosh. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I confess, I think it's pretty cool. But, yeah, here's the old base. And aside from a couple little just glitches in world ordering and a little bit of time it takes to load, even looking at this Christmas tree, this frame rate killing Christmas tree, I'm still getting 30, 40 FPS. I snagged a computer from somebody else that I could use for a while, so hopefully I can get something better over time. But yeah, even at max details, ooh, a little bit of a whirly up to pull there. Even at max detail, I'm kind of doing good. So modulo these weird bugs where this hillside isn't there anymore, I think I'm going to stick at spawn for a while, because the truth is, like, I'm just kind of a dwarf, right? I just kind of like living underground. I just like it. Right. Not much has happened at the base since last time. That's very obvious. I mean, I fixed the roof a little bit, and, you know, I did a couple things in here. Resonant Rise has gone stable. That's cool. People think I should learn to sleep. Open Blocks' map can now see my altar. That's cool. But, I mean, yeah, did a little bit of stuff here and there. Mostly I worked in the mod pack. Let's see. But you're probably not too interested in how I spent my time, although there is a big hole here. I wonder what that's for. We'll talk about that later. Right now, I think I'm going to redo my whole base. But right now, let's go ahead and hop into my room and take a look at our plans for winning. I've gone through and revised this. So, a whole bunch of stuff that I want to do. Show off the skybase. Check. That's done. I mean, for now, I don't know if I'm going to move there. We'll see. But there's a ton of stuff I want to do. Probably the thing I'm going to start doing right now is the Black Reactor Mark 1. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. The truth is that this system over here is really cool, but as my AE system gradually eats away my power, it forces me to gradually increase the amount of blood that I use. And that just keeps going on and on and on, and it gets pretty tough, right? Like I got a different divination signal here, and I spent like 300,000 LP today. Now, once I have a bigger LP network, I can probably deal with that, but I don't really want to right now, this exact minute. So what are we going to do about that? Well, we're going to start to make passive life point generation. We're going to convert our existing altar into a system for life point generation. I think it should be straightforward. I have an idea how I want to do it, and then we're going to see if we have time to do something a little bit different, where we what we're going to do is use a novel technique I haven't seen before to get around the limitations of these altar designs. I have also been cooking up, as you can see, just a ton of slates of various types, because we're going to replace every single one of these runes of self-sacrifice. Every single one we are going to be replacing with runes of sacrifice. We'll get to what that means in just a minute. So folks, let me just go ahead and gather the things I need, and we're going to start building the Black Reactor. Ooh, that's a bit of a visual bug after the update. I'm going to have to, it's like a lighting update gone wild. I'm going to have to fix that. But yeah, let me get the things I need, and I'll see about fixing that, and we'll do what we can do. All right, folks, so mostly what I'm going to need to start is just lots and lots, well, I should do it up here, sorry. Lots and lots of runes of sacrifice. Rune of... So we have some self-sacrifice still hiding in there. But this is the one we're actually interested in, the Rune of Sacrifice. We have lots and lots of stone, so this should be pretty straightforward. But what we do need to do is put in this. So now, I actually need to get 56 of these. And it's going to stress my gold supply pretty substantially to do this. But you know, it's okay. It's what we need. I'm getting a little bit of lag here. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing with this is switching over to a system where instead of constantly using my own presence to handle this, we're actually going to be switching to a system that tries to use existing monsters. Now, in order for me to do that, I'm going to need some source of constant monster spawner. Now, I looked around at a couple of the options, and honestly, the very, very best is probably going to be, well, probably MFR, to be honest. So 56. Look, I only have, look how much gold I have left. Gold, only 96 left. This is nuts though, because I like iron, I have like 2,000 or 3,000 some odd. It's nuts. I need to focus on getting gold. We're probably going to be upgrading our mining system to try and get a lot more gold quickly, because I'm burning through resources faster than I can possibly get it. All right, so we have 56 of these. And then, so I looked at the mining things, and I found actually that Cursed Earth seems to be a really, really good call for what we want to do. The problem with Cursed Earth is that it lights on fire in the day, and our only really awesome way of spawning monsters is somehow limited like this. That's not cool. But it turns out that there's this glass from Extra Utilities called Dark Glass, I think it's called. Let's see. No, I don't want the obsidian glass. Dark Glass? Yeah. Dark glass. This stuff is pretty easy to make, but it does need a whole bunch of ink sacs. So I'm not sure that I necessarily want to use this stuff in a build, but I can for a while, right? Like, look, I could make some, and they're thick in glass, and I could do it. It's cool stuff, but we're gonna see. Basically, what I'm gonna do is build a shell around a large group of Cursed Earth, and then we're going to constantly be spawning things into that, and that will work pretty well to get us to the next stage of the build where we have to start infusing a bunch more stuff. Whoa! I fell into a hole. Infusing a bunch more stuff. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this. This is really simple too. Watch. We're just gonna run up, pull out a pick. All right. Where do these eggs keep coming from? I mean, is there even a chicken? Okay, there's one chicken there who refuses to leave the corner. Everybody puts chicken in the corner. Right. So we just go ahead and go like this. Hello, interior, which I will be using soon. And yeah, we just go like this. Use our wand of equal trade, one of my favorite things, and really the only thing I like from Thaumcraft these days, you may have noticed. Yep, and yep, and yep, yep. I shouldn't be mean about Thaumcraft. I dislike Thaumcraft's research system. I think I've said this in the channel, so people who hang out in Resonant Rises chat will know. Like, I'm really, really tired of it. It isn't fun for me. It never has been fun. I've always felt like I'm struggling for aspects. I always feel like I can't do what I want to do. I think I made too many. No, I didn't make too many. Right, there we go. Let's just go like this, like this, like this, this. And can we get... yes. And there. So now, this is a sacrifice altar. And it no longer... I guess I made one too many. Huh. Did I miss one? Somewhere? This altar doesn't really respond well anymore to me using a dagger. If I were to pull out my dagger of sacrifice... And as you can see, by the way, I have a divination sigil explicitly just to be able to tap it. First, there's a bug right now where you can't use the bound sigils together. So if I do this, right, there's nothing in the altar, and if I just tap myself like so, there's only a measly 200 LP. So that's not getting us anywhere. We're not going to be very happy about that. But next what we're going to do is go ahead and build over this, just basically capping right over. For that, we're going to need to go ahead and get ritual stones. I'll show you what's up with that in just a sec. Okay, folks, I think I got what I need to do the very next part of this, right? Let's see, we have a whole bunch of ritual stones, a master ritual stone. In fact, two. I took apart another ritual that I won't be needing right now. Because honestly, I'm kind of low on imbued slates. I haven't been making them. So let's see here. What we'd like to do is now build up a little bit here, just up in the sky. Let's see if we can, up. There we go. Let's go a little bit higher. Just a little bit. You know what? No, this is fine, I think. Is that right? Yeah, that's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and put a master ritual stone down right here. Because as I understand this ritual, it should be fine because it only goes up and down. Well, you know what? No, let's just do one more. Well, just one more. I'm not used to having such a fast frame rate. Like block placing is a skill. People make fun of my block placing and say it's really bad. And I guess it is kind of, but also you try doing that while recording with a stuttering laptop at like 9 FPS. I mean, it is not great. It's not the best. That's what can certainly be said about it. Let's go ahead and turn on our sigil of the Phantom Bridge, which is just the best building tool. And there we go. Right, so what I'm going to do is just sort of lay out the area around this really fast so that I can build the ritual on it. Now, some of the ritual stuff is going to go above and below it. Don't even worry about it. I got tons of stone. We'll cut it up, and then eventually this will also serve as the platform for the cursed earth that we're going to use. And I got to think about how I'm going to make this not look like a giant stone square. I mean, God, it's going to be so annoying to get all the wool that I need for the black glass, and we'll have to think about something as a temporary measure, and then maybe we can make it better over time. But yeah, so let's take a look here. I think that this should be fine for the basis for the ritual. Then we can go ahead and replace this, replace this, replace this, and replace this. So now ritual stones, we'll get some of these out. These go here, here, here. And I guess I haven't said what ritual it is that I'm making. I am making the ritual known as the Well of Suffering, which is just, it's a great name. Let's just face it right now, it's a great name. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead. Well, come on. Come on. I don't want to go up. Come on, bridge, get with it. There we go. Got the new bridge level set. It could be a little tricky to work with. Right, so let's go like this. Just got to look at my, so one goes here, one goes here, and one goes here. There is a tool that I could use. Well, I am a tool, I guess. There is a tool that I could use to make this a little bit easier, but I guess I probably shouldn't have laid these blocks, huh? Because I'm not actually using them as a basis. That's okay though. That's okay. You'll make it through with me somehow. I'm sure I'll edit it, or that's just great. Yeah, well, I mean, sure, I wasn't at recording or anything. Okay, folks, I'm done, and the ritual is activated. The ritual Well of Suffering. Now, if you take a look, when I clicked it on, whew, it took a really heavy hit, which is tough right now, considering that I can't regenerate it back quickly because my altar's converted. No problem though. What it just means is we've got to, we've got to get to it. It's a pretty expensive ritual to start, but definitely worth it if you understand how it works. So the first thing we're going to do is build a floor, a kind of a baseline, on which we'll lay the cursed earth on. Now, of course, we're also going to want to build a roof. I'm using these ornate stone tiles from Chisel for this, by the way, which I think look really cool. Right, so let's just hop up here. Let's finish this up. So yeah, the plan here is that we're going to lay out a bunch of... I'm not used to being able to move so fluidly. I've got much more fine-grained control, I think, when I've got like a 4 FPS. It's funny. Like, who would have thought? First world problems. My FPS is too high. It's making it difficult to control. Also, my yacht got capsized. It's really, really tough, guys. But yeah, so this is where we'll lay the cursed earth. Not yet, of course, because it would, well, with the rain, it probably won't light on fire, but I don't want to take that chance, because I got one piece of cursed earth from a friend. I have divination sigils, but I don't really want to go through with actually activating those. So we need a little bit more of this stone tile. I guess just like 3 to 4 blocks. Whoop, nope, wrong one. Yeah, just a few more. Gosh, I love Chisel. I'm so glad that I got pointed out, like, that Chisel existed. Because I actually didn't know. I'm not much of a builder, you may have noticed. Oh, I guess I do need 6 more. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. But I do sort of take pride in the fact that I can at least give a shot. I'm not like, you know, busting out the 9x9s here, to be fair. I also am evidently incapable of counting. All right, so the next step is I'm going to really quickly build the rest of this up, and then we're going to lay down the cursed earth. So give me just a second to do that, and yeah, we should be good. Okay, folks, as you can see, I've been using a little bit of Twilight Forest blocks and some chisel know-how, and I'm just putting the finishing touches on this build, and I put in non-cursed earth for now, just to, you know, sort of make sure that we don't go totally crazy. I think this is kind of fun. I kind of like the titling of it. I kind of like the smooth top of it. I don't know. Call me a lousy builder, if you will. That would be not inaccurate. Now, it's important that we do this while it's still dark out. I also need to make sure that I break this little guy right there. Gone. All right. So as you can see, quite dark in here, about to get darker. What we want to do is get the cursed earth here, and we want to put it down, and then I guess I should get my magic bag, and I should, whoa, come on, inventory tweaks, you're not helping my cause here. So what we would like to do, assuming that is, of course, that my bag will ever get to be, look, inventory tweaks? There it is. Okay, well, that's great, inventory tweaks. I mean, don't mind me. I'm just trying to do an episode here. It's not a big deal or anything. I mean, what the heck? Okay, well, that's fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. Right, so what we'd like to do is, well, it's getting to be dawn out. So let's go ahead and close off all but the last little bit of this, and we'll lay it down way in the corner. Right? And this should be sufficient. So what we're going to do is lay down one piece of this cursed earth stuff, and then try not to die in the process. But we go set, and then we just go like this, lay a bunch of it out. Now the cool thing about cursed earth is that the curse spreads, right? Whoa! So let's go ahead and get that in there. Now you can hear a little thunk, thunk, thunk. Let's go ahead and make sure that we have at least a little bit of an observation chamber here. So let's lay down a piece of this. And you can hear things dying. That's already a promising sign. Let's just go look in here. As you can see, it is safe for us to go ahead and use these blocks like so. We only have a few though, so let's just leave the one there. Carefully, yeah. Well, you know what now? Let's click, click. I'll make one a little bit more in a bit. As you can see, we've already got a mana elemental in there dying, and a whole bunch more things will start to appear. And downstairs, we should already be seeing this thing start filling up. So let's go ahead and pull this out, and let's take a look at how much we're making here. 260. Oh wow, we're already making more. This goes up pretty darn fast on its own. And of course, the thing is that it's just getting started. Whoop. It's just getting started and getting more monsters out there. So as we get more monsters in this, as you can see, they're slow. All these things are gradually being torn apart. As they gradually get eaten alive, they will end up being food for our reactor, which is pretty cool, I think. So yeah, now I can just leave this in here, and now we have passive LP gen. The exact amount's a little bit hard to judge until it gets going, but as you can see, it's filling us back up pretty darn fast, right? So that's not bad at all. Like, that's just a lot of stuff. The biggest problem is it's noisy, but I'll make a dampener block, extra utilities noise dampening block up there. As the rest of the cursed earth spreads out and fills the entire area, we should have a pretty good setup for there. So, you know, I don't think the episode's been overly long yet. You know, this is ridiculous. Where's my air sigil? Here I am, as I'm chattering away, trying to make a difficult jump. I just should look. Yeah, look at all those things perish. Oh man, that's fantastic. All y'all can die in there, for all I care. Yeah. Now, one little problem with this system, oh, you see, is I'm getting items. So this system is actually going to start generating items. And that's a bit of a problem for us, because that's not exactly what we want. So what I need to do is find some way to get those items out. I think probably the best way is to put a couple things up here that will help us with that problem. Let me see. I may have just a couple things hanging out. Let's go over here. Well, what would be good to get is, how about some vacuum hoppers? I have one. How do I make more? Oh, that's nothing. Let's make Let's make 4. Well, you know, I guess we'll have a couple more, but let's just go ahead and make 4 of these. So let's toss these objects in. And I think we can just safely punch holes in the floor without actually hurting anything and without significantly lowering our rate of spawn. Then what we'll do is we'll kick things back out. So let's go like this. Vacuum hopper, I summon thee. 2, 3, and then 1 more. All right. Do we have a spare? I've been making these. I haven't made any of these on camera yet. They're dimensional transceivers from Ender.io. They're really cool. You actually don't need that much, but you do need to make this vibrant alloy, which is made by using the same stuff we use in our power conduits. So let's make sure that we get this vacuum hoppers in place and grab a dimensional transceiver, which we will use its mate. I have another one downstairs I've been using for my special quarry runs to get resources, and I will use those to go ahead and fix this. Do we need anything else? You know, I might have in my tool bag something else we could use to make this even better. Now, I didn't use all my cursed earth because I'm pretty sure that I'm not about to cause a horrible cascading failure. Here we go. Item conduits from Ender.io. Perfect. We'll be using those as well. So I think that that'll work just fine. So let's go ahead and just dig up. Oh yeah, you can really hear the suffering going on up there. Well, of suffering. All right, so let's go like this. This is going to be a little bit dangerous, I think. Maybe what I could do, can I put one of these down and then tap it like so? No, I can't, of course. Well, wow. This is a lot of stuff. Let's just go ahead and get this stuff in here. We really got to get these hoppers online. See, that's the problem we got. Right. My big fear is that I'm going to tap into this and it's going to come right flying down. So let's just be right there. So let's make sure we're in the right spot. So that shouldn't be causing significant problems. It's not like a light level issue. And that actually probably is enough for us. So now what we want to do, they won't start tapping until we right-click them with an empty hand, I think. Man, I got so much stuff because my magnet's on just giving me stuff. And there's so many things. So this is what you don't want to do with this, is make a giant item overflow. So we are making sure that that won't happen. So let's see. If I go, oh, they've already got stuff. Now I think if I were to, like so. No, that's not it. So like that. There's the item output, and we'll turn that one off. Nope. I always forget. So is it like this? That's right. It actually faces you. Now, I'm not sure if this item conduit stuff will work. I'm hoping that it will. Whoa. Let's see. It looks like it thinks it will. Let's go ahead and put a dimensional transceiver right here. That's right. Get that. Hecate. All right. And now this one, we actually want to make it a private channel. These are exactly like the thermal expansion things, but they can also send items. They're just like thermal expansion, but just a little bit different, and they look cooler. I'm sorry. That does look way cooler. It just does. So let's go ahead and have it send. Send and receive. Is it? Hello? A little bit of client-side to sync there. Send. There we go. I think that if I go like this with the item conduits, I should be able to easily get it out of there. Right. So now if I look in here, if I look in there, I should find that things are going well. Let's see. Let's go ahead and make this new one. Items. Private altar items. Let's go ahead and... Oh, no. Let's go ahead and make that a public channel, private channel, send items, check. Right? I think that that will get items now. Pretty sure. So long as my stuff stops fighting with it. And that should be enough coverage for the entire thing, I guess. We'll see in just a sec, I guess. Let's go like this. Wow, heart containers. This is going to be quite a source of items. I'm a little worried now. I may have to set up a filtration system because this is just going to make endless items. Well, that's not what I wanted to put in there. Let's put this in there. All these chocopedias. It's no good. But as you can see, by the way, we're really making a lot of LP. So this is fantastic. No longer do I have to worry about being totally ruined by my power generation system. There we go. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we can fix that. No problem. Let's grab our trusty wrench. Hit the exact spot. See if we can hit that. There we go. And then one more. There we go. So now that should be sufficient. Now, I wish I could check it easily. We'll have to wait for night. But yeah, so there we go. Black reactor sending out items. We'll suck things out of here. No problem. Send receive is not what we want. What we want is send. There we go. That should pull items out safely. The biggest problem, I think, with these is that I just never know if they're working or not. I really wish that we did have item ducts. Let's go ahead and hop upstairs and just see if items are piling up. I don't see anything now. But as you can see, the cursed earth is spread pretty substantially, and there's just nothing these guys can do about it. They show up, they are an offering, and then they vanish. And that'll go on even when I'm away. That's the one of the cool parts about being a spawn, by the way. Oh wow, there's a little bit of taint right there, huh? Sorry, got distracted by taint. Even while I'm away, that's happening. So, that didn't take as long as I thought. And since I was away a little while, maybe what we should do is work on the next part of this build. I'm going to need to refine a whole bunch of stone into... Yeah, we're going to need to refine a bunch of stone, but that shouldn't be too big a deal. I'm going to leave this running for a little bit, folks, and refine some stone, and I'll be back. I'm also going to check to make sure this works, because I'm not positive that it does. I'm just going to go grab another one of these vacuum hoppers and turn off my magnet, and we'll test that out in a sec. So I'll be right back. All right, folks, so I've been finishing this up. I needed more vacuum hoppers. I needed an intermediate chest. You need to make sure that it looks like, let's see, like this. Extract, active without signal. Now, one thing I noticed is that an awful lot of Chocopedias and Darkcraft recovery hearts spawn, and those are pretty cool to get, but I don't need that many. So one of the reasons I chose item conduits is that it gives me the power to set kind of a filter into a trash can here, which is fantastic, right? I can go ahead and tell it to dump these things in a trash can, but the coolest thing about these that a lot of other systems don't have, because we could use thermal expansion, right, is this sticky mode. When sticky mode is enabled, selected items will only be sent to this or other sticky outputs. So it totally will skip going to the dimensional transceiver you see up there and instead go right down in here. So that's pretty much perfect, right? I'm pretty pleased about that. Let's just go ahead and hop down and we'll see it coming out and into, whoa, once again, I fall in that little hole. I gotta, you'd think I'd have filled that in by now. If we hop down here, we'll see that in fact, it's coming out. Things are going away. It's pretty cool. Things are happening, which is, it goes into this mechanism sorting system, which I will talk about in some later episode. 90% of the things that go in there just end up in my ME system, so don't even worry about it. What's really cool, I think, is that system now is going to basically have a set for blood. And the next thing we're going to do is make sure that, well, most of the time we're going to be full on blood, and then we're just going to keep going through without regard to any other problem. And I think that that's pretty cool, but and I like the idea, but what we do need to think about is instead how we're going to capture that blood, right? Like, it's going to be making blood all the time, even if I'm not actively using it in my system. So I need to figure out a way. Hello, Blacklag. I wonder what's going on. Maybe I'm just got a bad connection to the server. What I need to figure out, like I'm saying, is how do I take all this power that's coming out? You can see the thing's full, it's still working, but we're not really getting any benefits from it right now. Well, the next thing we're going to start doing, and I'm going to start cooking up these ender pearls so that I can go ahead and do that, and these are a little bit slow, is how do we take this blood and move it somewhere useful, right? We could pipe it out, but then we need to change the altar configuration. Well, I've got a solution to that, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek, and then I guess next episode, yeah, next episode we're going to go ahead and finish it up, because I think we're pretty much at a time when we're already running a little bit long, and I do want to have 3 episodes this week. So we're just going to go ahead and get a few of these, and go ahead and create them. And we can use them to go ahead and make these teleposers, which we're going to need 2 of. And then we're going to need a dimensional focus. We're actually going to need to do 3 of these in a row. All right, folks, so I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. This is how I intend to get through a lot of altar design limitations. Now, that altar up there, super cool, right? But and making as much LP as it can, and eventually we'll make it tier 5, maximum sacrifice, the very best we can do. But we can't do too much with it, right? It's up there, it's obnoxious. What we really want to do is get it out of there, right? But we need dislocation runes to make that fast. You remember my original build? The pipes are actually, and some of the tank is actually still down here, which is funny. But you can see there's actually a fair sum of blood I should probably drain out. But to make it drain out now, Wei saw my build and said, no, Dave, that's not cool. What you need to do is work harder. So dislocation runes, you can see here, which are, by the way, not inexpensive. They require imbued slates. That's serious business. But I have a plan, you see. I remembered that these dislocation, these translocators can swap things, right? So I put a translocator right underneath my altar up there and bound a focus to it, and then bound a focus back down here. So now if I go like this, look at that, it just magically filled up. This one's not quite so full. How awesome is that? So now I can bring this altar down here and put it in a maximum dislocation altar and get that piped out. So it doesn't have to be a great one, just a tier 3 maybe. But with that, now we can start to actually make custom built altars. We can store LP and we can use that for more. And so in the next episode, we'll finish up this build by making an LP storage system into ME and exporting it into a few useful, Sace. Oh. So like I said, exporting to a few useful altars, folks. If you like what you've seen and if you want to see more of this, don't worry, it's coming whether you like it or not, I promise. But that said, I always like to hear comments, suggestions, dislikes, rage faces from Canadians, anything like that that you can give me, because that Canadian guy still downvoting me. Keep at it, man. Yeah. Man, look at all this blood we got going. This is fantastic. We're already full up. We're already almost full over here. Yeah, we're almost there. That's so fast. I'll never have to worry about it ever again. Anyways, please leave a comment, leave a like, leave a dislike if you're from Canada, leave a subscribe. Also, please tell me, do you want me to go live in the new skybase? Tell me, because I can move all this stuff. I have translocators. I can move it all, like, perfectly, right? How cool is that? Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again next time. Nah, you know what? That's not going to be my new closing. That's ridiculous.